It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah, I'm in a place where niggas can't be too deep. I'm free safety, double entendre to entertain the ladies. Clean as a new Mercedes. I see you watching me. Eyes in the back of my head. Cinematography, logically, rappers can't compete. I say I'm fly as a no comply that they can't complete. They're so whack it baffles me. 15, I was on some fan shit. Now I'm writing rhymes you can't decipher like it's Sanskrit. Hitting pressure points, my flow is tantric. Niggas got a lot of nerve. Revenge of the nerd, embarking on a private purge. I'm finna kiss shit, presidential, y'all sentimental. My pen strike sharp as a blade, I'm playing potential. Beneficial to my residential. Clean up the block like Pac spotting some unofficial. This verse is overly intricate. Opposing my penmanship, bitch, I'm closing your membership. I was chosen from syndicates, young iconoclast. Did numbers in economics class. Went to school and start punching niggas in drama class. Want the gunplay? It's a Bible up on the dash. Catch him on the one way, leave his pockets up on the grass. Educated by buckshot at the bus stop. Black kids learn to rock a vest instead of sunblock. My lil homie punk rock define black excellence. Got a scholarship, one and done. It's like black presidents. I'm exceeding my measurements. Call me young Gohan. Niggas want the green with the bread. We making croutons. Started out rapping, I was small as Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Buckets, I'm working hard without the shoe line. Student loan niggas still calling my homies. I skipped college, I was following Kobe. Came through with a new Letterman, looking fresher than Axel Foley. My streets full of rage, I'm maxing, you acting phony.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. In this particular video, we're going to be addressing, goddamn. We're going to not dressing, but addressing Joey Badass. Of course, he just dropped his new record, Sorry Not Sorry. Top of the year, he dropped his The Ruler's Back joint. He wanted to stir up some competition. He wanted to stir up a little back and forth or whatever the case may be. And he's got a lot of people on the internet talking, right? Now, I got to be honest. Most people that are out living their lives, not spending a lot of time on the internet, music they're consuming, things that they're doing, taking care of kids, doing weddings and family reunions and, working corporate and, just people that are not as clued in. I'm sure they don't know who the fuck Joey Badass is, despite the time that he's been in the industry. I just happen to be somebody who's been locked in since before the blog era. So when he came on the scene, I knew who he was, and I've been following throughout the duration of his career. But we also got to look at the lens from there when we talk about him, because right now there is a debate going on about whether or not Joey Badass is actually qualified to be sending shots in the direction of Kendrick Lamar. And I gotta say, Jeremy Hecht from The Bigger Picture, he's kind of a catalyst. He took the lumps, the bumps and bruises of coming out and stating this. I totally agree with him, but let's go ahead and pull it up because it has definitely sparked a lot of conversation in the Twitterverse. All right, give me a second. Let me go ahead and pull this up. So when Sorry Not Sorry comes out and he says he still wants all the smoke, might delete later. I know damn sure that Joey won't, whatever the case may be. He threw another shot, this time at Cole. He'd already thrown a shot at Kendrick. He had thrown a shot at the entire West Coast. This time around, he throws J. Cole into the mix. And Jeremy Hecht came out and said, respectfully, you're an incredible rapper, but you got to spar with your generation before you can go at the Kings. He says you need to reply to Mick, Ray, and Light first, as in Ray Vaughn and Daylight. And he says, and you need to out-rap Jid before you can go at Cole. Now, that's a bit of a layered statement, but I agree with the entire piece. Personally, I feel like Joey Badass can rap. He been nice his whole career. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking anything away from his talent. Some people out there are saying that when it comes to competition in hip hop and throwing shots and stuff like that, it shouldn't matter what your status is in order to throw a diss out or a shot or take aim at the current champion. And I got to be honest, completely False. Okay? The thing about all of this is the self-awareness. If you're not on the king's radar, yeah, you could throw shots and start talking crazy, and perhaps the paupers will entertain you, right? Which is kind of, I don't want to call Rayvon and Daylight and everybody else paupers. I'm not saying it in that context, but I'm talking about in terms of the kingdom, right? You're not going to get the king to send out his most valuable soldiers to come in your direction. You're damn sure not going to get the king to come joust with you, right? If you are not a formidable opponent. Therefore, you are going to deal with those that get sent out, the lower levels, the minions that, and again, I'm saying this in the context of a kingdom, not in the context of hip hop or in the context of people. I'm just saying kingdom, right? So when the smaller acts come out and get you, you got to fight your way through them, right? You're not going to get no response from Kendrick. You've been trying to get that for 10 years. It didn't happen. 12 years. Never happened. Ever since you threw your first lines out there, you got photos with Kendrick. You've worked with Ab-Soul. You've been in the TDE space. So it can't be that much smoke. And I think that's another reason why niggas ain't really letting you have it the way that they could, because there is a level of love. There is a level of respect. And just like, man, I really don't want to go bad on Joey Badass. Like, I really don't want to crash out on this nigga. Because we fuck with bruh. And he know he got to come back out here next time he do an acting gig. So please, don't try to take it somewhere that it don't need to go. Because shit could get real shifty. Right? And if I'm being all the way honest, as I look back on Sorry Not Sorry, I don't even think he's responding to anybody. I'm revising my notes from yesterday. I did a video yesterday, instant reaction, blah, blah, blah. I don't think he's talking to nobody that threw diss records at him. As a matter of fact, I think this record was made around the same time that he made the first one. I think he premeditated that he was going to get responses. So he went in there and he made both records. He knew what it was. This is nothing but an album rollout. Do I think that this is an effective album rollout? In his world, it may be. You know, him looking at the metrics, him saying, okay, Ruler's Back got 1.5 million views on some, you know, quote unquote real hip hop. I come back, I give y'all Sorry Not Sorry. I get a little bit aggressive. I get a little bit better production, a little bit better video quality. And let's see how that does. You know, it did over, I think, shit. The last time I looked, it was over 100,000 in a day. At the current time of publication, he's got over 500,000 views on this Sorry Not Sorry music video that was just released yesterday. So I would say in his world, he's doing pretty well, right? He's getting attention. He's getting some people that have been waiting on him, fans that have been, you know, a little bit disappointed in his energy. You know, his last project was supposed to have been the one that put him over the edge, and it was actually pretty good, the 2000 project. But some people say he was too lax. He's been, you know, on some Playboy shit. They wasn't really feeling it like that. Some people. Others feel like we need Joey to get on that New York bully energy. I don't really see Joey Badass ever getting on full on New York bully energy, because that is not who he is, despite the fact that he said he's on his bully in the song. I just don't see that being who he is. It's not in his DNA. We did see him get in a fight recently. He put hands on a nigga, but that's not his default, right? So I don't expect him to be on that type of shit. I don't expect him to turn into Mano from 2005 or no shit. Like, we good with that. But at the same token, again, I do not feel like this new record is addressing any of the criticisms that are out there. It's not addressing any of the MCs that came out and addressed him in return. All he really said is, I'm not taking nothing back, right? I'm on my bully. Y'all niggas are haunted by Biggie and Pac. I'm both combined. That's a very generic line. And of course, His target is on Kendrick. He's not looking at Rayvon. He's not looking at Daylight. He's not looking at Curtis King. He's not looking at none of the other rappers that put their stuff in the pot. He's still looking at Dot. The problem is the Dot is not in your vision, right? It's like when you go take a fucking psych test and they say, can you see the dot? No, you can't. I don't give a fuck how much you think you see it. Nigga, you don't see the dot. You better take your ass to King of the Dot or some shit. I don't even know if they still around. But I would love to see him respond to like a Mick Jenkins or Rayvon. You got to match Rayvon's energy. If you can't match Rayvon's energy, technicality as far as like the penmanship that was set forth, then you might as well just focus on your album. You might as well focus on giving us another collaboration. I don't know if he's still with old girl Soraya. Y'all are a nice little. Y'all were a nice little couple. Y'all was very fashionable. Y'all made some collabs together. She can sing. You can rap. Y'all do the duets and stuff like that. All that, cool. Right? You could do all the conductor tracks you want to do, but just focus on your album. If you're not really trying to stand on what you standing on and being like very concise with what it is, and when I say concise, I'm not talking about the rollout. I'm talking about who's addressing you and who you thought you was addressing when you outcasted a whole coast. I don't feel like he's cutting the mustard on that. I thought the vibe was cool. I still stand by that for what it is, for a Joey Badass song. But outside of that, I don't see that this is worthy of any type of response. I don't think Kendrick definitely doesn't put out a dedicated diss towards you. If anything, if there's another round of music, I think he may throw a subtle shot in there just to let you know he heard you. But I don't think it's going to be anything that people are going to be calling home about, right? But again, Jeremy Heck only started the conversation, right? So then we had Bootleg Kev come in, and he had some things to say in the direction of Jeremy, in which he states, 1999 was released in 2012. So he's trying to say that Cole, Kendrick, and all of them are his era or his generation. He says the same year as Good Kid, Mad City. 1 year after Sideline Story. Joey was on One Train, best posse cut of the last 15 years, ? Alongside Kendrick, Rocky, Crit, Wolf, Bronson, etc., etc. Joey and Ab-Soul co-headlined the Smokers Club tour in 2013. Joey sparring with his generation. This is a ridiculous take. Put some respect on Joey's name and legacy, respectfully. And Bootleg Kev actually is from the West Coast, so, you know, he's coming out giving a balanced take. He's not being biased. He's trying to give Joey his flowers and his just due. And salute to Joey Badass for the work that he put in during that time period, dropping 1999 and 2012. He was a kid, right? He showed up on One Train. That was a dope record on A$AP Rocky's album. Co-headlining Smokers Club tour with Ab-Soul. Dope, right? They are his generation. I will give him that. However, just because you come from the same generation as somebody don't mean that you have the wherewithal or the right to take shots at the giants and the titans of said generation. Right? We got to be honest about this shit, man. We're not going to have Chubb Rock coming out dissing Kool G Rap. Now, it's possible. But we just going to keep it a buck. And I know I might be going back too far for some people. But if you know, you know. They from the same era, technically. But one person is a little bit more highly revered than the other. And if you try to take a shot, it ain't going to look right. Look at Young Noble from the Outlaws dissing Nas. This is something that just happened weeks ago. I never even covered this shit on my channel. Because it was so much of an imbalance. It was so off the wall. It was so like, what is this? Why is this happening? You clearly want a moment. Nah, I respect the fuck out of the Outlaws. Do I think they're the best rappers in the world? No. But I respect them. They roll with Pac. They tried their best to hold their own. They were much younger than him when Pac was doing his shit. But if you think Nas is gonna reply to Young Noble and give him an all-out scathing diss track in return and come out and shit on him and throw his name under the bus and do him dirty the way that some people probably would love to see, no, he's gonna be like, man, what the fuck is that about? Damn, I almost forgot you was even out here, brother. Shit. Salute to you. Do you need something? Can I help you with anything? Because what is this? Where's this energy coming from? Where did you conjure up the spirits in the studio to come do that? You mean to tell me I'm the reason that's going to make you rap? But all of the other things going on in the world, life, surrounding you, the four corners that you live in don't inspire you to rap on any other days? That's pretty much how I'm looking at Joey Badass going at Kendrick. Kendrick is looking at it from that Nas perspective. Yeah, we're from the same generation per se, but don't nobody look at the situation that way. You get what I'm saying? We don't got fucking Pac Div coming out saying, fuck that shit, we the niggas from the West Coast. Again, I hope y'all know who I'm talking about. Pac Div, them niggas was nice. Fire. I hate what happened to their career. You know what I'm saying? All the bumps and bruises they took after signing that major deal. They are of the same generation as Kendrick Lamar. In his freestyles and mixtapes, he was shouting those guys out. He sprung past them niggas, but they would never come out and be on some, nigga, we supposed to be the torchbearers of the West. Fuck a Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like even had a beat placement on Good Kid, Mad City. But it's just a power dynamic that cannot be overlooked. So yes, while you can throw a rock at the sun, you know, just because you can physically attempt to do it doesn't mean that it's going to be a successful attempt. And it doesn't mean that you're going to get something back. So yeah, in theory, you could do whatever the fuck you want, but there may be consequences, and the consequences might be better than, or harder, or greater than your effort. And it may not come from the target that you was aiming for. It could just be the public laughing you out the fucking gym. How dare you lace up today, nigga? You wasn't even, did you even practice? Boy, you on the JV squad. Why are you in the gym during our scheduling time? Fuck's wrong with you? And that's what's going on. Joey Badass is dope. He's had a dope independent career, dope acting career. All of those things withstanding, you put him versus Kendrick in a lineup, nobody cares. Right? Nobody cares. That's like bullying at that point, honestly, because it's like he could really put your career on life support and it take minimal effort just because the fan base, the narrative, the strength and power that he currently holds and the power that he's, you know, developed over the past decade and more. Who wants to see that matchup? Now, we do commend Joey for having the heart. We do commend Joey for coming out, stepping outside, and trying to get some sort of energy. But again, like we stated in the beginning, you're not even the hottest from your town. You're not even the hottest from your city. You're not even the hottest from your era. You're not even the hottest from your neighborhood. So how could you possibly go at the hottest in the game? So then Jeremy Heck comes back. And he says, I'm not saying Joey can't or shouldn't send shots at the top. If he feels like that's where he belongs, then go for it. I like it. I'm saying if he wants a reply, then he should go at a couple other people first. And there are a lot of people who replied to him that deserve one back. So Jeremy Heck did not back down. He doubled down on his stance, which I completely support. I'm glad that he didn't switch his tone up or switch his sentiments around to fit those that wanted to go at him. There were people that jumped in his mentions talking about, you don't know shit about hip hop. Why are you talking about hip hop? You don't know hip hop. And that seems to be like people's default these days. When they disagree with you, they say, you don't even know hip hop, nigga. Shut the fuck up. Dog. Not everybody that disagrees with you is not well versed in hip hop. Y'all just have different perspectives, have different ways of seeing things, have different perceptions on how these things hit your psyche, right? Joey Badass may feel he deserves the top, but he has been the top of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And that's not a shot at Joey Badass, because again, he's had a dope independent career. He's been at the top of the bill for his shows, you know. But other than that, in the grander scheme of things, in the grander conversation of hip hop, for his entire time being here, I don't know. Y'all tell me if he's been your favorite. Y'all tell me if he makes the type of music that y'all are going to bump on a consistent basis and talk about and tell your friends about and, you know, be excited about. And when somebody pass you the ox, first thing you're going to do is turn on some Joey Badass. You could tell me if that's how you vibing, that's how you vibing. Stand on your square. Be honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Let us know. Scream it to the motherfucking heavens. But I'm willing to bet that it ain't going to be too many people that's going to stand on that square. I'm sure there's a lot more people that you would have in that list before you get to that. I'm sure there's a lot of other J names in the music industry that you would get to before you get to a Joey Badass. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to keep it all the way a beam. But again, y'all let me know. This isn't to disparage him, but this is to say, hey, if you're aiming at the guy who just took out the biggest, you know, behemoth in music, why would he go backwards that many ranks? You know what I'm saying? There's about, I can't even really put a name or number to it as to how many rappers would be ahead of Joey Badass in the list of niggas that probably would get some sort of smoke or energy out of Kendrick moving forward before he does. But y'all pretty much get the gist of what I'm saying, you know? But salute to Joey. Again, he's duping us. He's getting the people talking. He's getting ready to gear up for a project, clearly. So all of this is working in his favor. Very smart marketing, you know, very smart strategy. He's dropped 2 songs within the last 3 weeks. And it's got people talking. And that's something that you cannot buy. That's something that you, despite how much you can try to invest into influencer marketing and shit like that, a good old diss that actually gets people's attention does travel a lot faster. It travels just about as fast as a lie does. Just like the lie of thinking that you could rap with Kendrick or that you better. It's traveling fast. The truth ain't even put the motherfucking shoes or socks on yet. But that don't mean that you can. Okay? So do I think that he is a worthy competitor? No. Do I think that he is qualified to be going at Kendrick and or the West Coast as an entirety? Absolutely not. But I think that this is a very calculated move on his part to get some buzz, to get some reaction, to get some, you know, people actually interested in what he's got going on, because the last few years his name has only really been a subject in Hollywood and on the TV screen. So that's my perspective on the situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. First I'm out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.